The first commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before me. This is God speaking. And you can remember this commandment by remembering it's the first commandment, so one. There's one God. And this commandment means that there's only one God and any other is false. You can apply this to daily life by only worshiping one God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. This is the second commandment, and you can remember it by knowing there are never two gods. You can apply it to daily life by remembering that you should focus on God alone and that there should be no other distractions and you should keep your face away from the screen.
The third commandment, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. You can remember this commandment by turning the 3 and third commandment on its side to look like a W in word, because the commandment means do not swear or use bad words. You can apply this to daily life by being kind to people and not using any bad words or using the God's name in vain.
The fourth commandment states that you shall keep the Sabbath day holy, and you can remember this two different ways. There are usually 4 Sabbaths every month. That and 4 upside down is an H, and H stands for holy. It means to take a day off and use it nicely and relaxing, not to strap yourself down to bed and stay there for the rest of your day. You'd mess it up, right? That's not what Jesus wants. That's not what God wants. He wants us to take a day off.
The fifth commandment, honor thy father and mother. You can remember this commandment by taking the 5 and holding it as your fingers and putting it on your forehead, which is the sign language for father. Also, it means that you should not only honor your father and mother, but obey what they ask you to do.
The 6th commandment is do not murder. And you can remember it by thinking of 6 as a bomb. And it means don't kill anyone. That's pretty simple, huh? People still do it. And it's scary to think that people would do that. But you can apply it to your daily life by not holding a grudge over someone and not getting overly angered if they do something, and also trying not to anger other people so they aren't driven to do it.
The 7th commandment says, do not commit adultery. You can remember it because 7 looks like a broken heart, because the commandment says, do not break your commitment to your spouse, pretty much, which means don't leave your spouse for someone else.
The 8th commandment says, do not steal. This can be represented using the 4 front fingers to grab or steal at something. This means that you cannot steal from anyone because it belongs to God. You can apply this in your daily life by not wanting something someone has, not coveting it.
The 9th commandment says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. You can remember it because 9 looks like a speech bubble of a lie. It pretty much means do not lie, and it says do not bear false witness against your neighbor, but your neighbor is anyone.
The 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet. You can remember this by 10 fingers on your hands making binoculars to stare at someone else's stuff. This means you shouldn't want what others already have to a certain extent.
Congratulations! You finished all 10 commandments.
We hope you will use these commandments in your everyday lives.
We also hope you don't forget them.
Yeah, they're important, not lame.
You can find the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 20.
I'm Joey,
And I'm Matthew. And this is Faithful Fishies.
signing off.